Good morning, Rhodes State students. This is Aaron Atherton. I am the Student Advocate Case Manager here at Rhodes State, and today I'm going to be taking you through how to change oil on a vehicle. So step one, you want to make sure that you have all of the necessary tools to do so. So I've got a socket set here. I have a cordless drill just to kind of help myself out. I've got a funnel, a set of pliers to remove the oil filter. We have a drain tank. This is a new drain oil pan to drain your oil out in. Towels, and then a couple other things you're going to want to have is a means to lift the vehicles. Today we're using ramps, and I would say a secondary, just for safety, we have jack stands, just in case the first fails. Those should catch the vehicle. All right, before we start on step two, during the oil change, you are going to get a chance to win a prize today. I will mention a code word later on in the vehicle or in the video, and during the video, we will be using various tools to change the oil, and the prize that you can win will be everything that you see here on this half of the table. So we have an oil drain pan, a long neck funnel, an oil filter wrench, a set of shop towels, and a set of wheel ramps. And again, we will mention the code word later on in the video that you will have to email to me in order to be entered to win. So step two is going to be to make sure that you lift your vehicle. Again, we've kind of mentioned it already. We are using a set of wheel ramps, and we also have a secondary means just for safety. This isn't to lift, but this will be to hold it in the air. It is a set of jack stands. There's one right here on this side. I've got another one on the other side of the vehicle, and these are set up right under the pinch welds of the vehicle. That's a pretty strong position to hold it just in case these ramps fail. All right, hi again. This is step three, and down here we're going to be draining the oil out of the vehicle. There is going to be a drain plug down here that you're going to want to pull out, or I guess unscrew, not pull out. On this vehicle, it's a 2018 Nissan Armada. This requires a 14 millimeter. I've got a socket wrench. You could use just a normal wrench if you would like to. But right here is where you're going to want to drain out your oil and drain it into your drain pan. There we go. All right, so step four on this vehicle is going to be to remove the skid plate. It's a big metal plate down here, but it's the only way that you can get access to the oil filter, so you do have to take this off. This will differ from vehicle to vehicle. Some won't have a plate at all. Sometimes this will be like a felt looking material, or sometimes you don't have to remove the plate. There's little almost doors that you can take off to get access to your oil filter. But this one, you do have to take all the way off, and I'm going to be doing so with a 13 millimeter socket. So when you're taking these skid plates off, especially the metal ones, they can be a little bit heavy. So just be ready to keep your hand in the way to, stop it from hitting you in the head. While we're doing this, I do want to say that our secret code word is going to be ARC. That is ARC. And if you want to be entered into the giveaway, you will need to email me the word ARC and your R number to my email. That is atherton.a@rhodesstate.edu, and it will be on the screen. Here's the skid plate. All right, so the next step before you touch the oil filter is you do want to put your drain plug back in, because you don't want all the new oil just to leak back out. So take your drain plug that you took out, screw it back in. I'd say initially do about finger tight, and then take your socket wrench or your wrench, whatever you're using, and you're going to want to tighten it down using about 3 fingers. And when I say that, I mean put about 3 fingers on the socket wrench and pull until you can't. That's for most people, that's right around 30 foot-pounds. So until it stops turning, and that should be about good. You don't want to overturn this because you could just break something, and definitely don't want to do that. Then give everything a quick wipe down. So next step, you're going to want to move your drain pan underneath the oil filter and go ahead and unscrew this. I have loosened it already with my set of pliers. Go ahead and unscrew this. Because of where it sits, this one will make a little bit of a mess. Well, that's all right. All right, and then let that drain. All right, so next step is going to be to put your new oil filter on the vehicle. First thing you want to do is take a little bit of oil. It could be new oil or even the old stuff. I just took some of the old stuff. Rub it on the ring here. You don't need to put a ton, just a little bit. That does a couple of things. One, it makes sure that this does not stick when you attempt to take it off or the next time you change your oil. It also helps create a little bit of a better seal. And then once you put your oil filter on, you just want to screw it down. Finger tight is fine. You do not want to hulk this thing on there, just finger tight, and it will be good to go. And then give everything a quick wipe down, because like I said, when we took the filter off, this is in kind of an awkward spot, so oil does get in a few places. Just wipe it off. If you have brake and parts cleaner, you can use that as well. All right, next you're going to want to put your skid plate back on. I've already gotten all the bolts started just for ease. So take your 13 millimeter, screw these all back down. And then I would say put that on a socket wrench, or take a 13 millimeter, just a standard wrench, and just tighten them down, finger tight again, or a little more than finger tight. All right, next you're going to want to put the new oil into your engine. I've already got the oil cap off and a long neck funnel put in here. You can typically find what oil you need on the cap itself. If it's not on the cap, you can find it in your owner's manual. Another good course of action is to maybe go to an auto parts store or to look up your VIN number online just to see how much oil you should put in the engine. We have 5 quarts here. It's a little lower than what we should have, so we're going to get a little bit more, but this is 5 quarts of full synthetic 020. All right, now that you've got your new oil in the vehicle, you put your oil cap back on. You're going to take your old oil that's in your drain pan, and you've got an empty bottle here now, so you just want to go ahead and drain it out. All right, now that you've got your old engine oil in the bottle here, how do you dispose of it? Most of the time, you can just take this to, I think about any auto parts store, and they have a place typically near the back of the store that you can dump out old engine oil. I tend to go to Advanced Auto just because it's close to my house, but you can try others. All right, now your last step is to start your engine, let it run for about 5 minutes. Make sure that you don't have any oil leaking out the bottom of the vehicle. As long as you don't, you can go ahead and take your jack stands out, lower the vehicle off the ramps, and that's how you change your oil.